Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have some Monster High news to talk about. From our first look at these brand new School's Out Funko Pops, we have new pens, new movie clips, and more, so stay tuned and let's get into it. So first up, let's take a look at these new Funko Pops. Now, as we all know, we already got 6 Funko Pops of Monster High in the past, and those have been very hard to find ever since. I'm pretty sure they're overpriced now, and resellers, scalpers. So yeah, those have become pretty rare. I think I tried looking up what they would cost, and I couldn't even find all of them listed on eBay. So they seem to be really rare. So we are now getting new Funko Pops finally for Monster High, and these are based on School's Out. So we have our first look here at Clawdeen, Jey, and Frankie in their School's Out getup, and they look so cute. They look really accurate. Honestly, like, I don't really have any negatives to say. We're also getting a Cleo for sure. That is for sure. We don't have a picture yet of her, but she's coming too, and she will look so good. I hope they make a Laguna one too, because personally my favorite School's Out doll was Laguna. I was obsessed with her. I just love the jelly purse so much. I love the jelly shoes, the romper with like the fishnet on one side, the fishnet on the as a leg warmer on the other side. I just thought it was like such a cute outfit, and her unique hand mold with like the kind of like surfer pose, right? Like, it's just so iconic, and I just think she's really so pretty. So I hope they make her too, but as of right now we only have confirmation for Cleo, and then of course Frankie, Jey, and Clawdeen. So yeah, hopefully Laguna joins too. Hopefully we'll get to see Cleo soon, and I think this is a good sign, because that means perhaps that they'll make even more Monster High Funko Pops, which I think they should have been doing already a long time ago. We never got Gulia, Spectra, Abby, Deuce, Heath. Like, there's so many characters that they can make a Funko Pop of, and literally, like, I think they would sell because it's Monster High Funko Pops. They're collectible. Even if nowadays I think Funko Pops have been on a downhill, because they take up space, and they're like, I don't know, I guess like once you take them out of the box, it's like, well, what can you do? They're really just for display. Like, you can't really do much with them. That's why they're really just collectibles. But still, I think they would do well, and especially now with the movie, maybe they'll make Funko Pops based on the movie characters. I doubt it, because even back with the first movie, a lot of us thought that we were gonna get Funko Pops of the first movie, live action movie, but nope. So yeah, but let's see. Hopefully that means we'll get more Funko Pops of other lines. That will be so iconic. Next up, we have to talk about these brand new Monster High pens that have leaked. I don't even know if these are official, but the stock photos here actually got shared by let me just find by at my.doll collection on Instagram. I don't know where they found these pictures. I'm assuming these are from a listing somewhere, but yeah, we have new Monster High Gen 3 pens. Now, obviously, if you've been a long time fan, you probably recognize these original base molds of these Monster High pens. That's because they've already done Monster High pens in the past, also with the same kind of like posing. Like, so the actual base molds of these pens are pretty much the same. They've just kind of like updated the outfits a little bit on the exterior to obviously match the new designs for the ghouls, but I think the actual base mold design for a lot of these characters is the same from the past G1 releases. They're the same. They look the same. They look just as janky and just as cheap. Like the molding, the paint job, the face, the hair. Clawdeen got the worst out of it with the hair. It looks so messy. Jey looks okay, but like it's just, you can tell they're not like the best quality. They're not even made by Mattel, I believe. They're made by well, it says Nice Group at the bottom corner there in the box, so I'm assuming that's who's making them, but I'm assuming the Mattel has officially, given them the license to make these pens. So these are not like, fakes. These are officially licensed by Mattel, but they're not made by Mattel. You can tell they're not made by them. I think Mattel would have done a better job at making pens, but they're still fun. I mean, there's it's like Happy Meal toys. Like sometimes they look good and sometimes they don't. Even Happy Meal toys, they've never really made of Monster High dolls. Like I think they've only once made like a mini doll of Frankie, but other times the Happy Meal toys for Monster High have been kind of like little gadgets, little, you know, they've never done mini dolls even for Happy Meal toys, which is so weird to me because it's right there. Like, you know, they've made Barbie Happy Meal toys before. Why not Monster High? It's like, it's so obvious, but again, no, they've never done it. So anyways, it's cool that they come with a base. It's uniquely colored. I think Laguna, you know, she just looks so weird with like the, I don't know, just the face screening. It's obviously gonna look off. And then Cleo, even like her skin tones don't match. So yeah, take it with whatever we want to make of these. They're, at least they're fun. I mean, their purpose is to be a pen. So hopefully they can actually, you know, at least write well with, you know, them being a pen. But the hair obviously is going to be cheap. And so moving on, Monster High shared this reel on their Instagram showing us a behind the scenes look at what seems to be a brand new animated, actually stop motion music video based on Scalita and her new holiday doll. So it looks so much fun. They showed a little bit of the stop motion clip with Scalita dancing and like a little bit of voice acting too. Well, singing, because it's Gigi Ramirez here is the actual singer, and she sounds amazing. She can sing really well. So I mean, I'm happy for her to get this opportunity. And it really just looks like the whole, you know, set design process, like the props. They really went into detail, even creating brand new dolls, like background or dancing characters for the music video with skull heads that we haven't seen before. So these are new molds for sure. And they had a female one, and then they had like 2 different male ones. So interesting. Maybe they'll use this new mold for the head for something else. I don't know. I don't think so. This is probably just like a unique mock-up, like custom made printed head mold for the music video. But still, it would be really fun if they made new skeleton, you know, characters, dolls, figures to join Scalita, because she's like the only skeleton doll, right? Like, she's the only one. So I think it's about time that she gets some company with some new skeleton crew. But yeah, the music video is gonna come out soon. I don't know when, but it looks fun. Again, I always prefer when they do stop motion music videos, because they're always like much more you can just tell like there's just been much more care put into them, and it's just, I have such respect for stop motion. It's just such a beautiful art form. So moving on, it seems the Nightmare Before Christmas Collector 2-pack might actually be coming for real, and it might actually cost somewhere around $90 since there's the whole anniversary coming up. And at Grandma Grimoire, who is a, you know, like they've hinted at and shared rumors before on new releases. Usually they've been true so far. So it seems like this might be a real 2-pack coming soon, so save up in case it's true. You never know. Lastly, I wanted to quickly take a look at these brand new clips for the Monster High 2, which I mean is coming out this week. If you have Paramount Plus in the US, then you should be able to stream it. So that's going to be so exciting. I don't have Paramount Plus, but I have seen that it is available here where I live, so maybe I'll get Paramount Plus just to view the movie. I don't know what I'll do, but hopefully maybe I can even just buy it on iTunes if you can. That's the thing. I think it's only available to stream on Paramount Plus. I don't think it's available to, you know, buy on digital yet. But anyways, so this clip is actually exclusive to Entertainment Tonight, ET, on YouTube. They shared this clip, and it basically shows Toralai's entrance. And so here we can see Cleo talking to her scarabs, her little, you know, beetles. So that is so genius that they're bringing that in back from the animated series. The way she talks to them, that, you know, Jey, who's the actress, she's doing a great job, like, you know, making us believe that there's actual scarabs there, because obviously they're not there. They were added in post. So but that is so fun, because I mean, look, Laguna isn't even looking at the scarabs. She's looking at like something across of her. So, you know, it's just such a genius way of doing that. And then Cleo's like, what? Calm down. Like, and then the scarabs tell her that Toralai is back, and she's like, oh, girl, you will not believe what I just heard. You know, she's just giving us all of it. She's honestly, she should have her own movie. Like she's serving. I wish she was gonna be more in this movie, but it seems like she's really not gonna be a lot in this movie. But still, I'm so happy that she's at least given this new feature of the scarabs, even though that is technically more difficult to act, you know, like with acting, like when you're trying to act against nothing in front of you, like that's not easy. So but she's doing a great job, and as you can see here, these scarabs are actually part of her necklace, which I think is such a genius touch. You know, the scarabs aren't just like floating around all of her all the time, and she doesn't have, you know, bandages around her arms like in the series. So here what they do is that the scarabs are actually part of her necklace, or I guess, you know, kind of, right? So they float around when they're active, and when they're dormant, they go back to the necklace. So that's just so genius. And then obviously here you can see, I don't know when they switch back and forth to the actual necklace, but like how much of this is real, but I just think it's so fascinating and so well done that the actual scarabs are like part of the necklace jewelry. It's just so good. And then Toralei makes her grand entrance. We've seen this clip before. Everyone's clapping, which we didn't see before. It seems like she's actually like a big deal. And then Cleo is the first to walk up to her, both being kind of like high status, I guess, on campus. So Cleo, and she says like, oh, I hope you found like catch any cute Scarisian mice or something. I don't know what that's lingo for. Like, are they actually talking about mice, or are they talking about boys? Because that's what I kind of understood. Like, oh, did you catch any Scarisian mice? You know, like Scarisian monsters, like and then she was like, I didn't catch any mice, girl, I caught bigger, much bigger than mice. So again, I don't know what she meant. Now, we had seen the scar here before, but apparently this was actually caused by Wraith sulfur that is actually lethal to monsters, and apparently Draculaura did not tell that to the others, so maybe there's something here that she's hiding. The second clip here was actually shared on YouTube by Clawdeen, and here we can see it's actually a BTS with all of the characters being reintroduced to us. And first up, we have Mia Harris, who plays Clawdeen, explaining that, you know, now Clawdeen and Deuce are in a relationship. They are together, so they are a couple, so that's official now, y'all. I mean, we all kind of like had thoughts about it. We all kind of thought that it could be true, because I mean they looked pretty close there at the end of the movie, and also like in the trailer for this movie, they hugged, and you know, here's the hugging scene again at the party. But yeah, it's confirmed they're together, they're a couple. So whatever you might feel like, however emotions you might feel or have towards this, you know, remember, it's just G3. It's, you know, it's just what it is. Also interesting is that Mia explains that there's now been a whole year in between the two movies. So like Draculaura, she's much more proud now of being a witch, and she's much more open now to also meeting new people. Now Frankie has received some major upgrades to their powers. They now have super strength, which by the way, here's Gulia and Laguna at the party. And they also have now a bigger connection to electricity, so they have a bigger ability of controlling it. So that is definitely going to come into play later as well. Again, here's Gulia, here's Abby, probably one of their only shots in the movie, unfortunately, just because we know that there's not going to be much emphasis in the Monster High world this time around. Then we even get a little bit of some explanation to Ellis, who is a new character who's supposed to be, I guess, Valentine. I think he is supposed to be this generation's version of Valentine, but here he is called Ellis. So here we can see a scene where he bumps into Draculaura. It is so cute. We can see here the actor actually who plays Ellis. This is the scene where they initially meet Draculaura and Ellis. He's like, where can I get a bite to eat? And Draculaura is like, oh, okay, Creepateria. So it's a really cute little scene. Later on, they meet again in the graveyard or wherever, and he shows off more of his abilities in front of Draculaura, since he is also a vampire who does witchcraft. And you know, Draculaura has been feeling very lonely because of, you know, that she does witchcraft and she's a vampire, since it's not really like accepted. So she's really happy to meet Ellis here, who again probably plays a bigger role and perhaps is one of the enemies. I don't know, but like, you know how it is. But yeah, so it's really fun to have that, you know, at least now she had that connection, and she feels comfort with him because they both have that passion in common. As we find out, obviously, you know, there was an attack at Monster High, and Draculaura, I think, gets taken. You know, like there's a war, and so it's definitely like a big thing is gonna happen in this movie. And I obviously they're not showing a lot of it, but definitely, like, even here with like this setting, like this is a new setting, and even at the end here, like this is probably the villain. Like that's why they're not showing her face, because this is the villain. Like it just looks like she's like Draculaura is interviewing to work at some place, and it feels like to me like this could be part of the whole plot of the villain's, you know, plan to take over monsters with witchcraft or something. So definitely here also another shot of this new location with Draculaura hugging Frankie. So it's like kind of like a goodbye. Like what's happening here? And that was the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and become a member today so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way daily and keeping you up to date with all the loyalty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time. Stay peachy. Kisses.